programs usually are very intense. Right?
Yes.
Was there a moment in training that were designed to break you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You see, the easiest way to control someone's mind is to make this person to be physically exhausted. I would literally sleep 4 hours a day. And of course, at some point, you would be just so exhausted that you would agree to whatever, just like give me some time to sleep or let me just relax a little bit. And physical activities also. So you see, when you are super busy with lessons and homework and physical activity, you don't have time to actually evaluate and digest what's really going on with you. And you accept all the information you're given. Actually, I remember now there was like one interesting class which I don't know if any other agencies have that in other countries, but okay, so we were sitting for like 40 minutes in front of the computer. So each student in front of the computer. And I don't know, that's quite crazy. So there would be, I don't know even what it was. So there would be a very loud sound, but no words. It's like a sound with a particular rhythm.
Okay.
I suggest there would be like a 25, they call it, So, oh my God, coding. I think like it's coding. So when you hear a sound, there is a coding behind.
Okay.
And the coding would program your brain, but you wouldn't be able to hear and understand it. So your unconsciousness would accept it. Does it make sense? No? Okay, so the sound was like this. I don't know. I mean, like, we had to sit in front of this computer for 40 minutes, and there would be different sort of like graphics, but again, no particular shapes.
Okay.
There would be like, I would think it's sort of like a hypnosis, but with the coding behind it.
And what would that do to you?
I suppose it was sort of brain programming, like brainwashing. That's what I think, I believe. Because in this, like after, I remember after that, you have this feeling like you are very, like you feel emptiness, and at the same time you feel peace, and at the same time you have no fears whatsoever. So if you would be asked like, are you scared to die tomorrow? You would be like, I don't care. That's kind of like feeling I had after this weird sessions. Yes.
Tell me 2-3 more things from the trainings that you actually thought was very different or unusual.
Well, absolutely the whole sex techniques for me.
What was it?
Virgin were very unusual. I mean, we've been taught like, I mean, you have Kama Sutra, right?
Yeah.
So that actually was part of our training as well, like different sort of positions and all that.
So they would teach you everything about sex and sex techniques?
Yes. But mostly it would go to how to please your partner, where his erogen zones, where his most sensitive zones, how to put anchor on your target's body, so this anchor would work. So you can use this anchor for good and for bad. For good, it would be you can like literally make your partner feeling that I'm the best, because the most powerful moment you can do it during the ejaculation. And at the same time, in opposite, you can ruin someone's self-esteem if you also at the same time would say like you're the loser and you're the worst person and you the worst, in sex, for example. I'm just saying. So it's so powerful because when man particular after ejaculation, he has the most vulnerable, relaxed time where his brain consume and accept any information you say.
So anchor technique, you said. What is that?
There's so many anchor techniques. You can actually anchor yourself for a success, for example.
No, but in this particular way, what did they teach you? What was the anchoring technique they would teach you related to sex?
To make our target to be dependent in sexual way from you. So, and also not to be able to be aroused with any other female partner. So he would be only hooked on you.
How would you do that?
Anchoring techniques.
Is there
like a
any
drug.
technique that you can share?
I mean, yes, I don't mind for you.
Oh, please tell me.
Maybe if your audience would spot that somebody tries to do it on you, so you must know that this is manipulation, because I totally believe that honey trap is manipulation.
Okay.
And that's why I share to people how not to get trapped. Okay. If your partner tells you particular words, for example, if your partner says after ejaculation, "Oh, you're the best, you are incredible," like this, for example, intercourse, like this sex was the best. In this case, and also touch the part of the body which should be your sort of like spot, which is not that, let's say, like public. For example, it shouldn't be hands, because we do like handshakes and all that. So it would be, for example, neck, or maybe shoulders, or maybe ear. You touch that, or you kiss it, or you bite it a little bit slightly, and you tell these words, and you will repeat it a few times straight after the ejaculation. That's a very strong technique to make your man believe that he is the best, and his confidence just goes up. But this is also good for wives, because in this case, if they want to motivate their husband to go and work harder, this really helps. I believe in you. You're the best. But in a way, manipulators using it, or like honey trap agents, they would say, we are the power couple, and use the same things. Only I can help you. Only with me you can have such a pleasure. Only with me you can be strong. Only I know how to make you successful. I know I am the best in your life. So in this case,
Right after the sex, they will say this.
yes, and also with the touching the same spot. And every time when you want to activate this spot, even though you're in public or another day or something, you can also touch it and say the same code name, like words. This activates the brain believing, and also have a confirmation if somebody would say that, yes, she's right. I am only successful if she's next to me. Like, I like this example, Napoleon and Josephina. You know what she would tell him? And she was a great manipulator. She told him, "You are nothing without me. Repeat it." So he would repeat it. And what we say, we are what our brain believes. And he would say, "I'm nothing without you." So he gives confirmation to his brain that I cannot live without her. Even though she was cheating on him publicly and everybody knew that, the whole country, he still was with her till her death.
Interesting. You also said that the intelligence would teach you a certain sex techniques. And as a young person, it was very unusual for you to just learn that, but they would work. What sex technique an intelligence agency would teach you that this will get a man completely off guard?
Well, a lot.
But give me one, because you said you compared it eye to eye with Kama Sutra. So I want to understand, what is the intelligence technique that an agency is telling you?
Yes. We'll start from what every person needs, and every person has their own fetishes, right? Preferences in particular sex. Everybody likes different stuff. Everyone's body is unique. And when you find this, let's say, weak spots, and when you fulfill these gaps, the man, if you're talking about man, and also women, most likely would never go to another sex partner, because they have the best experience with you.
How do you identify that?
A lot of conversations, a lot of just, let's say, during the whole intimacy, you can ask questions. Do you like this? Do you like that? if I would do this, would you like that? Or maybe even before or after intercourse, a lot of interaction. And actually it does help to also couples when wife and husband speak and share what they like, what they don't like, which is quite normal, and it's communication. And also trying different things, like not just different positions, but for example, having a wild intercourse in public, let's say in the parking lot, in the car, in the forest, or like while you do hiking, or maybe in the movie theater. And because this is also unusual and it gives you a lot of adrenaline, which is together with the dopamine, it gives you like such a big boost. Or for example, why teenagers like horror movie? Because of adrenaline. And then after they have like this arousal, the sexual arousal, because of the same thing. It's a component of these hormones. And for example, or you go for, like attractions and you do like this roller coaster, right? And then like, again, you have adrenaline. And if you are with your partner, most likely you'll have like a great sex. So when you combine all these things together, but also what I would suggest, giving, in this case, particular man, giving him freedom
to do whatever.
Like every man's really desire is to have this ability to do what he wants with the female body. I mean, this is nature. But I'm not talking about every man, or very common thing, if a man has a very difficult, hard job, maybe he's CEO or politician, and the whole day he has to command and give orders, most likely he would want to take orders from a female to tell him what he needs to do in order to relax and get, like, sort of like dominant females, where he can just relax and receive a pleasure. So there's so many different things, but again, like you just need to listen to your target, number one.
So the strategy would be talk a lot, talk about all these exciting, adventurous stuff, get them to do that once so that they start feeling like, oh, this is the most amazing thing in the world. And then say them certain words and then do it again and again and again, whatever they like. And
So
that's how you
like
get them
anchoring.
addicted. And that's how you get them addicted?
Not only that, also there are a lot of emotional stimulation. Like, for example, emotional swings. When you give a lot of love bombing, for example, you just meet. And this is what manipulators do. You meet, he is incredible, she's incredible, you have chemistry, butterflies in your belly. Wow, this is the man or like the woman, perfect in my life. And you have this communication, a lot of messages, calls, maybe some presents, love bombing, a lot of attention, a lot of like, connection. And when you already get used to it, then the person just disappears. And what happened, our brain receive a lot of attention, which is a lot of dopamine. And then at one point, there is no dopamine anymore. So what our brain does, it goes really crazy. And what you do, you only think about this person. You cannot eat, you cannot work, you cannot concentrate on anything else. And you think like, I'm in love with this person. And you try to find this person and you can't. And then this manipulator would, or like professional pickup artist, would come back and say, oh, I'm so sorry. I went to the hospital, I had a car accident, or I lost my phone, or something happened. And it's a strategy. And again, he or she would give you a lot of love bombing and compliments and time and energy. And then again, something would happen. Till the moment you realize that you're so hooked and you're so addicted of these emotional swings and you cannot live without it, because like what happened, dopamine rush, like it goes up, then down again, like, it's like sort of like consumption of drugs.
Yeah.
And when, like this swings, you get used to it.
You get addicted.
Especially when in your childhood you had narcissistic father and mother who would do the same. One day they would be loving parent and give you compliment and like hug you, everything. And the next day they would call you names or like just ignore you. And for you, this is your pattern. So in the future, you would look for somebody like that who would behave like that.
Interesting. So you learned all of these techniques and then you graduated because you got a diploma. Can you show me a diploma?
Yes. So this diploma, so I'll show you a few documents. And actually, this is first time when I show these documents like this publicly. I do send these documents when I give interviews to different. I don't know, can we show it in the camera? I can show it to you, but like without surnames because I cannot do it. It's classified. And this is the translation. And this is original, as you can see. I mean, this is like what, 22 years or something. And
I'll blur it. I'll blur the name. Then I can show this in the camera.
Oh, please blur it. Please, please. I'm begging you because this is very...
No, I'll blur it. Don't worry.
For 20 years, I'm hiding my identity. So this is translation. And I have this...
What's this?
This is apostille. So if a document you translate, it has to be original. They give you apostille. So it's meaning that it's real. Like the authenticity of the, and this is apostille for the diploma. So
this is for the role of junior police agent for the Operational and Criminal Investigation Department of Administration of Internal Affairs.
And just to confirm with my surname and name. So this is I don't have it, of course, but this is my real name combining with this because now you can see that it's the same surname and the same ID. My first driving license, which I got in Russia. So yeah. So this is only my proof.
You look different here.
Of course I do. Of course. You know, I had to change
You look so different.
Yes, of course. I mean, look, in the end of the day, now, no, but before you wanted to blend with other people if you really aspire, because you don't want to be over. But again, depends on your mission. If you are spying on someone, you probably should be like the whole crowd.
Yeah.
For us, for example, like some of us, we had to be like outstanding and more kind of like, attractive.
What are these pictures?
So this is me taking an oath. So you can see like how the academy looked like. You see like these floors, everything is gray.
This is after the oath?
This is the...
this is after the oath?
This is after what?
After the oath?
The oath, yes. So this is... So this is taken the oath. You can see some of my previous classmates. The thing is, that these photos has been done on this old
small film, yes.
You know, like tape, and then you had to go and like print it. So it's not digital. So it's really bad. This is also, but like, please do not show her face because I don't know what's her situation. But this is the. You see like how I say about portraits. So there are a lot of portraits, a wall full of portraits. So when you look at all these people, you feel like, wow, this is incredible. This is some of but this was before. I did it for another.
What does this mean?
It means 2 centuries protecting the country for 2 centuries.
Oh, that's why 1802 to 2002.
Yeah. Some of my former classmates. And this is my dad, but please also don't. And this is my grandfather, actually, who has his name is engraved on the biggest monument in Stalingrad after the Second War. So he was a hero.
He's your grandfather?
This is my grandfather. This is me. I was just born. And this is my father who served in the military, but just like
I won't show.
Not. So, but so I'm coming from the family
of military.
Yeah, so that was my only one future. I wouldn't be able to work in fashion, and only after 30 years I was able to do what I want, and I was able to go to Istituto Morangoni and study fashion, and I did work there for 10 years.
Nice. So take me through a mission from briefing to step-by-step implementation and to the exit. Like what happens?
To the exit.
Yeah, like from starting till the exit. Like give me step-by-step.
Okay, I'll tell you about one mission, but the person is already dead, if it's okay. All right. And it was like in the beginning. All right. So after working in the department for maybe like 6 months we had this new criminal gang, which was quite powerful in the city, but again, they were not that big because again, there were like a lot of big is like, I wouldn't call it right now in Russian because people wouldn't understand anyway, but there were like some big criminal gangs and then there were like under, it's like an umbrella under, there would be like some smaller.
Gangs.
So that was small gang, which is supposed to bring us to the big one, which where in the end was Vladimir. So when we started our observation, our mission, I found out that this young, quite handsome man, he loved to go to clubs, like, disco clubs. And he would always get a table and surround himself with a lot of women. Beautiful. But then what we noticed after some time, some of these women would be disappeared. So we kind of like, we didn't have any evidences yet, but we could suggest that these women, these young girls, I'm talking about like 18, 20 years old, so like really women, they would probably be kidnapped for eventual like sales abroad. Because again, like Russian, Slovakian looking women are the most expensive women for sex trafficking. Why? Because of the look. Like in model agencies, it was at some point the boom for Russian models. Tall, blue eyes, blonde hair, just beautiful, beautiful girls. So these girls would be kind of like disappeared because we would have reports from parents like, oh, our daughter went to the club and she never came back. And every time this guy would literally have like every evening different girls, like 5, 4, like maybe more around him. And it always would be him and girls and just like some security guys, like driver and security and like also criminals, but like low level. So I actually did like it at some point because I started to go to the club every evening, which was kind of cool because it was my job. So you see, like sometimes when you watch these movies, sometimes it does a little bit of work like that because the club was really, popular. It was number one. Of course, you couldn't be able to get in unless you know someone. And I remember I was spotting what these girls would wear. And then the next day I would go to the market and buy the same tights. And I remember particularly, there were like particular tights because it's all about the look, right? So if you want to seduce your target or you want him to like you, you should adopt those looks and manners and behavior like his, ideal like image. So the next club evening, like club night, I was dressed up. At the same time, one of my colleagues was also there. So he was like at the bar. And I, of course, if you want to get attention, you should dance. I wouldn't say I'm a good dancer as any Indian woman because I love Indian dances and I'm not that good, but yet I did my best. And he did notice me. So that was our plan. He invited me to the table. I came to the table. I started to talk to him. Of course, I gave him a lot of attention. I was telling him funny stories, giggling and all that. Because at that point, I needed him to choose me over other girls because like he had so many girls around him. So I had to be the best. And at some point, I sat down closer to him. So in this case, I could speak with him and I was whispering him some stuff to his ears, provoking him. And it did work. So that night, I went to him to his house. Of course, with the escort of other criminal like employees, like security and drivers. But I mean, it's sort of okay. So I actually, another skill I got, I learned how to do a massage, a really good massage. And you know that there's some spots on your body, some, points, especially in Chinese medicine, they use acupuncture. But some spots on your body where you can press, you can actually make anyone to fall asleep and relax, or you can make anyone to be aroused, right? So if you know like a way to press it, and you know what I'm talking about. So I told him, because at the same time, I needed to get some time more for my team to be able to come to the house. And besides, we also had some evidences, but not a lot, in order to arrest the whole team, criminal team. And I needed to buy some time. So I told him like, oh, darling, you look so tired. Why don't I do massage for you? And the massage would take me like good 1 hour. And he was like he was planning that we will have intercourse after the massage. So I did specifically as I've been taught. And literally like in 40 minutes, he fell asleep, which actually gave me time to slowly and very like subtly go and open the door behind so my team could walk in. And I also need to mention that in some part of the team, they do cleaning job, meaning that they are the ones who are terminating the target. So that was all I needed to do. I opened the door, they came in, arrested some of the parts.
So without security wouldn't be there?
Security wasn't at the same room. We were in the bedroom, which is like a separate.
But how did your team get into?
From the back door. And the security was from the main gate, which is more like dining area and outside. So that's why they went to the back door. But we did study the house. Where does he live? What does he do? Where does he go? And how many people? He wasn't there with so many people, usually like 2 men, 2 criminals. So yes.